Good morning and welcome to the Great Barn of Andover, New Jersey. As you can see, our vendors are getting ready for our Christmas in July this weekend. Where it's not just Christmas, it'll be a mix of everything, and I get many of the vendors to do additional discounts in the shop only. So you have to be in person to get the deals. So this morning we're going to visit with Redreamable. She has two booths. We're going to first visit her booth on the left side of the shop. Still haven't had my coffee. We need to open later so I can get enough coffee in me to do these videos without stopping. I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to say. So if you watched this video or any of our other videos, if this is your first time joining us, you can purchase any of the smaller items if you're not local, and we do ship them. If you are local and you see larger items, we will absolutely hold those aside for you. You can reach us via Facebook or Instagram, or you can email us. All that information is right down below this video. Has our Facebook, Gray Barn Antiques, always with the E. Instagram, we are Gray_Barn, and then our email is find us at graybarnantiques.com. So Redreamable is a 20% off items not marked firm. We have a nice Fairwinds plate for $12. And if it has a plate rack holder on it like that, it will come with it. $17.60 on these bookends. $12.80 on the cute little white owls. Giraffe. Let's see. Oh, it's all one piece. It looks like, I thought this was like just happened to be hanging in there. So as is, there's a crack on that. So $14.40. And of course, we will always send you full information on an item if there's any cracks or issues that we spot. We don't just send it out to you. You're not obligated to purchase. You can just ask for information and we will gladly get you that information. We'll get you more pictures, prices, whatever it is that you need. Happy alligator for $8.80. A little dog behind it for $6.40. The bookends are 40, so 39 something like that. And we have a large assortment of books in the shop. $6.40 on this cute little rocker made out of clothespins. And there's a clothespin holder that looks like a little iron for $8. We have what they look like the library's lions there for $20. New York City Library. And I don't do the bottom shelves very well, but let's see if we can. All right, so like things like this little humidor that's $39, not firm, that would be a pickup. And again, we are visiting with one of the two booths of Redreamable. And this weekend is our third annual Christmas in July. That is located right here at the Great Barn. Weather permitting, I do have a couple of outdoor vendors. They're craft vendors. Well, that's a really good deal. This corner shelf here is just $95, and then 20% off for our local peeps. I'm going to show you that tag so you can get the measurements to see if that would fit in any of your corners. Cute little pine cabinet there, darker wood. So yes, we're going to have a couple of craft artisans outside. We never invite other vintage vendors outside because we don't want them competing with our vendors inside the shop. That's a very good price. 10 inches tall. He's just $7.20. Cute little wood carved rabbit there. That's been reduced from $46 to $40, so now it's on sale for $32. A pair of candlesticks for $24. Well, that's neat. Look at this cute little aluminum coaster set. You get this little stand and then the 6 coasters. 8 coasters, I'm sorry. And then that's $24. $7.20 on that. It's like a whole series of those bowls back there. You'll find them painted in different styles. $14.40 on that. Ceramic drawers inside of a wood case. And again, if you need any more information, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. If you are going to give me a timestamp or a screenshot, just reference which video it was. Even if it's by date, I just need to know. And if you look down below, I've gotten much better about putting the date in the description. So rather than just going with the whole title across the top, because I know YouTube doesn't really date things the way, it doesn't say like July 10th. So I've been putting that into the information to make it a little bit easier for you guys to reach out and get more information and purchase. And that weird sound that you hear that sounds like a tearing, that's Dawn doing the shipping labels. Now this we can ship because we can fold it up. You can see it goes like that. And that is $24.70, $19.20. Not sure if it's brass. Yes, brass or bronze. So it's not gonna, might polish up a bit, but it is not silver plate. So that is the color. These are cute. These are handy hands. $5.60. They're the little salad hands. So you can get nice in there and just grab your salad, and there's a pair of them. Nice teak wood. Sad irons sadly will cost a lot to ship, so although they are priced very well, and that was me leaning on a piece of furniture. Okay, 18 becomes $14.40. This is kind of cool. We have the double egg poacher here for $7.20 with a little handle. $6.40 on that little sifter. This really cool one with the stars on it is $12. Pumpkin mug for $4. $11.20. Here's a, what is this? Thai? What is this? Hebrew. $8 on the Coca-Cola bottle. $16 on the Luster canning jar. Larger guys up here will not ship, but the smaller guy back there with the bird is the word. And again, our local folks, you can absolutely, these larger items, we will gladly pull these aside for you. $24 on the Fighting Rooster pair. I don't think those will really ship very well, so. $6.40 on that interesting spoon holder thing. $8 on the copper bunt pan. It's a bunt cake. The cake's got a hole in the middle. Still one of my favorite lines from my Big Fat Greek Wedding. $8.80 on this one. Is, as a vegetarian, I completely appreciate it when she said, well, he's a vegetarian, he doesn't eat the meat. Doesn't eat the meat? No problem, we'll make him lamb. It's $4 on this vintage strainer spoon. I remember I used to ride the train years ago. I worked in the city and I commuted for 14 years. I did 4 hours a day on the train, and one of the people I commuted with, she said that her, I think it was, what was their team? Field hockey. They went over to Germany, and 480 Germans are not very big on, there's not a lot of vegetarians in Germany. It's not a very common thing. $9.60 on this is really cool. And a couple of the girls in the group are vegetarians. So they go to this one German restaurant and they said, do you have any vegetarian options? And they're like, no problem, we can do that for you. So they bring them out the spätzle, and on top of the spätzle's the bacon. $5 on this cute little thing here. There's a nice little scoop for $19.20. And my mother, as I've mentioned before, it was German. And when I became a vegetarian, gosh, it's got to be 17 or 18 years ago, and we go into a restaurant, and $22.40 on this one. It does have the whole mirror in the back. And she says to the waitress, and you know, I can go pretty much anywhere. I'll find something on a menu. I'm a vegetarian. It's not, you know, I'm not picky. I'll eat, you know, I can find something. But she says to the waitress as she comes over, she goes, my daughter is one of those, she does not eat the meat. And the way she said it, it made it sound like I was a leper and like I shouldn't be out in society. And the waitress just kind of looked at my mother like, yeah, we've had those before in here. They do exist. Like, so again, 20% off on these items here. These guys could ship $44. Somebody's smart with a wood bird. You know, when I wrap these, every time I wrap them, I like have to pack them for the customers that are shopping here. They're usually wood, and they always have these pointy little wood beaks, and I'm always like so careful and tell them, you know, the beak is pointing upward here. Do not put anything on the beak. So someone got smart there and did a brass head, so you don't have to worry about the beak breaking off. Isn't nice. 52 on those. Very pretty. Now we have, not a bookend, but we have very similar, and then there's a third owl that was gifted to us because the owl is our logo. And we have, people used to gift us owls, and we had so many of them, but one of our favorite ones that we've kept was a 3. So it was my husband, myself, and our son. So that's one of our favorites that we have in our collection. All right, so let me step back again and wrap up Redreamable here. And then tomorrow we will do her other booth on the other side of the shop. So as always, thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a fantastic day.